How are you doing? Welcome.
Thanks. How are you? Thank
Kit,
you.
what time is for you now?
9 a.m. on Friday.
Okay, so for me it's 1 p.m. on Thursday. How crazy is that?
Yeah, we're in the future.
You are in the future, I'm in your past. Yeah, okay, great. Hi, welcome to the Influential Coach podcast. Like you guys can understand, I have a guest who's in a totally different time zone. What you always mess up with my head. I always ask, my name is Rita Gidio, and I always ask my guests to present themselves because nobody can tell our story better than ourselves. So please, my darling, can you please present yourself? Tell me your name and what you do, what you coach, and we go from there.
Thanks, Rita. Yeah, thanks for having me. So my name's Dan Vann. I'm from New Zealand, and I'm primarily a cricket coach. Started out as a school teacher, and then through my passion of sport, played a little bit of cricket overseas, and then decided to take that passion into a business. So I've started coaching probably for about 8 or 9 years as a business now. We've moved into a few other codes like rugby and golf and tennis and stuff, hockey, but primarily we just work in cricket, and now we're going to mental skills. So that's kind of where I see the future for us. But yeah, no, loving it, and coaching my passion. So I love meeting other coaches. So that's why I jumped on this podcast.
Yeah. And you mainly, what is your target group? What is the age? With what age do you work? I don't have a lot of knowledge about cricket.
Okay.
I know it's very strong in Australia and in New Zealand and in India, if I'm correct.
Yeah, India is probably the biggest. Most of the Commonwealth countries plus.
Okay.
Plus,
as well, right?
Pardon?
South Africa as well.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
So, but when you say you coach, explain to me, you coach what type of people, what age range, give us a little bit more data about people.
Yeah, mostly teenagers, but we have we have quite a few different programs. So we have one-on-one coaching, which is our main sort of service, I guess, which is mostly teenagers, but we do have some younger guys. I've even had a 60-year-old who wanted coaching before. So
what is a 16 years old man or woman? I suppose he's a man. Maybe I'm doing what they are looking for. They want to improve. So what can you help them? You can help them improve their skills, their results. I really don't have lots of knowledge, so I have
cricket.
Yeah. So
probably the closest sport to you would be probably baseball. You're familiar with that? So it's a fielding and striking game. So it's very skill based. So technique's a big thing. But we tend to spend a lot of time on goal setting and mindset and stuff like that, which is a lot of people don't often actually delve into. And cricket's quite a long game. Like it can take 6 hours to play a game. So
my God.
Yeah. So there's a lot of mental side of it because there's a lot of downtime and a lot of time to think. So we definitely cover a lot of that. So the younger guys, we tend to do more group stuff with them, more fun game-based stuff, which we try to just get through their basics and just love the game. And then as they get older, we'll start to be a bit more specific and a bit more specific about where they want to go and what they want to do. So yeah.
And how did you become a coach? Was a natural thing because you played? Tell us a little bit the story.
Yeah. So
what is your why? I always ask.
Yeah, well, I think I just love sport, and then because I've always played. I've been always a volunteer at my cricket club. I've also at my school, I'd always help out with the junior teams and stuff like that. So it kind of just came about that way. And then when you become a teacher, you have to do all the coaching as well. So that just became part of the job. And then I guess I probably became a teacher because of my coaching, and then it went full circle the other way. So I guess the thing is in New Zealand especially is you can't really become, it takes a long time to become a professional coach. There's a lot of, it's not a, we're a small country. There's not a huge amount of professional teams and stuff. So I found probably the easiest way of doing it, well, not the easiest, but the best way of doing it would be to do it myself rather than working for someone or, coaching for an organization or whatever. So yeah, I've done a bit of work for different organizations, but yeah, I love doing it my own way and helping others. And I've even got some of my former kids I've coached now working for me, which is quite cool.
What makes you, as a coach, give me an example makes you, obviously, and we love, I don't know if you love, but I love to make money. But for me, the fulfillment is when I see my influential coach or my influential warriors achieve something, getting the results they wish, or sometimes getting more results than they wish. I would like to know if you can share with me a story of a moment or something in general that makes you feel it's meant to be for you to be a coach or to be a teacher, whatever you prefer. Can you share a little bit with us?
Yeah, so I guess, well, it's great to be able to, I guess, monetize your passion. So that's one reason. But yeah, as you said, like the fulfillment's probably just helping people get to their goals. Probably I really started to get a big thing out of this mental skills space because it's something that a lot of kids don't really get help with. And the best part about that is it actually affects their life rather than just their sport, because the skills you learn in mental skills that relate to sport can relate to their business, their mental health, their well-being, all sorts of stuff. So their leadership. So yeah, I get a lot of fulfillment out of that. I've got a lot of players who've made professional teams or gone on to represent their country or their region, and so that's always really cool. But to be honest, I just love getting feedback from the parents, just saying that they're loving sport and they're having fun and they're doing well. So yeah, it doesn't really feel like work when I'm doing the actual hands-on stuff. It's only the admin and stuff that's the work part. Yeah.
Do you feel then working with teenagers, putting them to sport is a way for taking them away for other temptations or other mindsets than they don't need with that age, and especially in this time where social media is so strong and you have so many misconceptions of how you should look, what should you do, what is cool and what is not cool. Do you feel that you have important parts on their growing up, on their, how can I say this, on their going in a better, not the correct, nothing is correct,
yeah.
a better way, in the better journey?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, for me personally, sport's given me a lot in terms of it's helped me find my passion. It's helped me travel the world. It's helped me meet a lot of people. It just kept me on the right track. I don't think I didn't have the background that I would think I would have gone down the wrong track, but it certainly made me, find good people, get fulfillment. And then, I've learned a lot from all the people I've played and coached with. So I guess it's a way of helping kids do that. But as you said, like there's so many other things to do that aren't that healthy or aren't that great for their well-being. So keeping them in sport, is a great way of just keeping them on track, looking after them, and giving them a good grounding of, and because sport's more than just what you do on the field. It's the people you meet, it's the support network you have, it's the
emotion,
building resilience, all those things. So there's so much more to it than just playing sport. So not a health and fitness, obviously. So yeah.
It feels good. We are in the same group. We are in the Passion Fighters, where you can create your own app. I'm there since 1 year. It was just 1 year some days ago. No, and I want to know more about your app. So what are you building now that you are a coach? What kind of online training are you building, or is for an online market? Is for our online and in-person markets? What is your journey? I don't know in what part of the journey you are on the passion fighting. I think passion should start paying me for naming so many times. But tell me a little bit about your app, your projects. For example, I don't use it as an app yet, but I use all the knowledge then and the community I feel then create a beautiful family online. And I would say 98% of my students at this moment came from there. So I want to know your part. I want to know how it's going for you, how you found passion, why you decide to jump in, and what can people expect from your project on passion.
Yeah, so I'm still pretty early stages. I think I'm in day 20 or something like that. So it's pretty early.
That is not early. You did need to go deep on your first clients and on your, so it's quite some.
Yeah.
It's quite some.
Yeah. So yeah. So I've got a pretty good idea of where I'm going to go with it. But so it's going to be mental skills coaching for primary cricket. So the reason I did that is because the thing with coaching, as you know, is you're always trading time for money. So it's really hard to
scale.
Yeah. So for me, I've been looking for a platform to try and scale, to try and be able to deliver some content, give them some good quality resources, have a community, have a way of, like, so I did a similar version of this without an app over lockdown, when we first had our lockdown last year. And it worked really well, but a lot of the teenagers don't like using Facebook, so that didn't really work as a platform. So I've been trying to work out how I can.
It's not cool anymore. They say
no, it's not.
Even Instagram is not cool anymore. They say
that's right. But
the TikTok and
TikTok, yeah. But the problem is you can't really. It's got the video content there, but there's no community. There's no way of messaging, all that sort of stuff. So
do you look? Sorry to interrupt you. Just a question from my side, because I help coaches to grow their influence. So is your client the teenager, or is your client the parent?
Wow, yeah, it's a bit of both, because the parents pay. The parents probably the parents are the ones who want them to do it. But so it's I think I kind of try to use Facebook as my marketing to the parents. Yeah, and Instagram and TikTok is my marketing to the youngsters. So some of my clients are quite outgoing and are quite ambitious. They'll approach, directly and then ask their parents, and then other times it's the parents doing it on their behalf. So I guess with mental skills, it's really important that the client buys in, because if they don't want to tell you their stuff, then you're not going to be able to help them. So it's definitely both. Yeah.
Ready, right? They need to be ready, because parents, I'll imagine that if it was in person, you could like embrace them with your charm, your charisma, or whatever. But if it's online and the kid is forced to do something, especially in that age, I think that's difficult. What is the name of your identity? Like, what do they are? Do you have like mine, are influencer warriors or influencer coach? What is the name? Did you give a name? I'm curious.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think I'm going to go with Silverback Mindset, because we have this. We have the gorilla as our logo.
Oh,
so Silverback was kind of the. I'm still toying around with that a wee bit and getting some feedback on it, but
why is the name? Okay, so tell me what is behind Silverback.
Well, it goes well with our branding because we've already got that gorilla and stuff. But it's kind of
Why
like,
do you have the gorilla? That is my question.
oh well, we're called Evolution Sports Coaching.
Okay.
So evolving from monkeys to sports people, that's kind of like the logo. Yeah. So yeah, kind of I actually liked the idea of the lion mindset one, but it didn't really go with the marketing and stuff. So I'm still dabbling with it, but I think that's what I'm going to go with. I'm still asking. I've got a few clients.
I was going to ask you that. Are you asking to your clients?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So I'm just waiting to hear back from a few more, what they think. But yeah, I've had reasonably good feedback so far. So
great. I will say, okay, I suppose if you are in day 20, you are going to release a pancake. I'm right or wrong?
yeah, I'm not quite at that stage yet. I think it might actually be it might be more like 15. I've done the mouth-watering offer, and I've got to
the sales part. No,
not up to that yet.
Okay. Did you start the posting part?
Not yet. No.
Oh, okay. So let me give you some feedback as a passion fighter and as an influential coach. I coach influence, and I coach. Basic what I do is I help my people to find their voice and to find a way to communicate. Majority of my influential coach have my age or between 35, I'm 41. So between 30 plus, majority of them, they don't love Instagram or social media. I see you knowing, so probably.
Oh no, I don't.
It's not, we are not obsessed as other generations with, and it feels a little bit pushy to need to post and to need to create content. And so because of that, you will see, I don't know if you saw it already, you will see then you have, you will create a type form where you have some questions to book a call with you, right? Did you see that?
I am not up to that stage yet, but
okay.
Yeah.
So when you arrive to that stage, they will have a list of questions, then you can duplicate, yeah. And you are going to ask, what is your goal? Why you did not achieve? A few questions, few interests. Hi, what is wrong with my English today? Interesting questions. This is the problem of speaking 3 languages in the same day. You get totally okay. Let me keep trying. For sure, better. My English is for sure better than your Portuguese. So we are going to
definitely better than my Portuguese.
I used to be so shy with speaking English, and I totally did need to change that. And today, yeah, it is what it is. The value is the intention. So cool. Let's go back to what I was saying. When you start getting that applications, give some attention to the answers and to the words that they use on the answers, because that words, you will see some words that is going to repeat from client to client, from student to student, from silverback to silverback. And it is really interesting. Then you can use that to create content. Many times I do like free webinars for content creation. And I love you to have on the future jump in and help you building that, because social media is where your people is, whatever is father or whatever is kids. But the thing is, they will give you the answers. So it is very interesting the way then creates that passion, because that link, the words are going to make the click. I don't know what you think, like, what is the transformation then you can give to a teenager who goes and work in this? Is a 6 weeks challenge? Is more than that? Is less? Did you think about that at least?
Yeah, at the moment I'm going to do 6 weeks, but I think I might probably do longer in the future. But to start with, I'm just going to do that. Yeah.
So what can you offer them as a transformation? What is the problem they have? They need, or problems they will have, and what is the transformation then you will provide?
So from the clients I've had in the past, their problem or their things they have are expectation from parents or society or whatever about performing, and they're scared and the fear of failure and stuff like that. Confidence and sort of self-belief. So cultivating that. Having really clear goals and actually writing them down, having a plan for that, which most of them don't, even the really ambitious ones.
Mhm.
And then just giving them lots of tools so they can actually, perform under pressure and enjoy their sport more, because that's the biggest thing. Like, we have so many teenagers that give up sport because they go from having fun to becoming this really serious thing where they actually hate it. So, it's just making sure that they have a really good mindset, clear goals, some tools that they can use, and then, making sure they keep enjoying their sport.
Um, I have exercise, then is the favorite exercise from everyone who do any of my courses, whatever is about money or raising new prices or high tickets or influence. And I want to share with you because I think maybe it will make sense to you since you are a coach and you work with kids for us. In my courses, the first thing that you will learn is my story and how I feel entitled to say, then I can help you. My story very fast was I was a DJ since 2008. In 2014, I became pregnant. I had kids before, but for 2 years, I could not tour. So when I did want to come back to touring the world, I had no social media. It's the moment then the social media explodes. And I did need to find a way to tell my story, to make myself viral and to achieve my goal. What on the end made me achieve more the goal of teaching and helping other people than me touring back again on full speed. What I love it, and I'm very happy with. But then after, I always, before we start working in anything, you have many people who say, oh, let's create a vision board. What house you want to live, how much money you want to make, what car you want to drive, what is the love that you want to have, right? But I feel that is important, having goals and setting goals and having the most concrete, okay, I want to be able to, I don't know, maybe I'm saying something very stupid, to score, I don't know how many points on a game. I don't know, something very precise is really important. What is for me a game changer and something that I say that is my method and really works well to warm up our people is do achievement board or board of achievements. I don't know exactly what is the position of the words, but it's a list and should be visual. Beautiful is if you can do it in video. Should be visual of moments of your life, not necessarily just connected with what you are teaching or your career or whatever. Since you are small, moments of your life, then you felt, then you dropped the mic, then you fell, then you punched the bully when you were 5 years old, or you make you laugh terribly until today. You almost think you could die of laughing so much, and have that. And it's really interesting because as a moment then you start writing that and then bringing some icons or some image or some whatever, and you have that visual next to you every day. It's so much easy to go than if you say, okay, I live in a terrible neighborhood, but I want to live in New York on a rooftop, I don't know, cost 10 or 15 million. It's difficult because you did not experience, but if you remember who you are, where you are coming from and what you achieve already, I found that gap is much more easy. Yeah, I call it like charging a battery, power battery. So I did want to share with you because I know my students are sharing that with all their students, and I feel that can be interesting. I would love to know if you try out that, if you can come back to me and give me some feedback, how did it work for them. Normally, I always say you cannot go in front of the course until you do this. So, sounds what
have you got one for yourself that you do as well?
Yeah, I have. Don't have a lot of things because I just moved, but I have in front of me, like, sometimes I use it as like papers or a label of something that I bought that is important for me, or a receipt or a ticket, or I don't know, a flower then I catch on that point, and I have it in front of me. But yes, I always have it. And I have always around all places, like papers like this one, to say what else is possible. And I use it that a lot. Yeah, I'm a post-it crazy.
Yeah. I've got some. I've got kind of got that. You can see that.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. We have the same issue. Look.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Yeah.
Now let me share my view as well, because wait, let me see. You see, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Where is that?
I am in Mexico, so I'm living in Merida in Mexico, and I found out then the place where you lived is really important for your success. So I prefer to spend a little bit more in the place where I live, little bit less in shopping for things that I don't need. And talking about that, I would like to know what you want when you did. Okay, the first exercise that you're doing passion is a kind of a meditation. How you saw yourself in 2 years? Is 2 years up front, or let's do 1 year? How you see yourself?
Yeah.
What was your meditation? What did you see when you came inside of the cinema and appear on the bed? Did you do the meditation?
Yeah. I can't remember exactly, but
Okay, forget it. Just tell me what you want for one up front.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's like at the moment, my wife and I like just time for like we're just busy as like we're just 50, 60 hours a week just working. So for me, it was about just having a nice place to live, which we kind of do already, but we've got a few things we want to have. So it was about having time to go and do the things we love and actually spend more time together and spend time with our family and stuff. It was about just having. It was mostly about time to do things we want to do. So rather than us hustling all the time and just trading our time for money, it was about having a scaled
you know much
version of that.
Mike?
I have got 20,000 a month for now is what I was looking at.
Nice. And that's 20,000 a month. How much comes from online?
I would say probably 3/4.
Okay, so how much is your offers normally? Do you have a price already? Do you want to talk about? I don't know. I like to talk about how each person is setting things, because I start setting them as a normal pancake, and I have a combination of low tickets, pancakes, and high tickets. So I'm curious to know, if you don't want to say numbers, you don't need to say it, but just give me a rough idea or how you are or how far you are and how excited you are to achieve that.
Yeah, I think like the first one I did before the passion, was just it was just $100, whatever. It was like a pilot. So I just wanted to get people in so I could create something. So the one I'm going to do is probably going to be something around $499, something like that, for the 6 week.
Okay.
And then hopefully I think the idea would be to get some success, get some more testimonials, and then create some sort of high ticket version of that.
Since I'm just sharing ideas. Since you are working with kids, I think you could and it's a practical game. So you are going to, I hope I'm not saying something really dumb, but you are going to teach them how to improve certain tactics, right? How to, I don't know, beat harder or beat them. I'm no idea what words.
I know you mean.
You just guide me, okay? Could be super interesting to film on the day 1, day 2, day 3, And if you can get that from them or from their parents, you should say, oh, if you give me like a video from the process from the 6 weeks, like it don't need to be every day, but like 3, 4, 5, 6 moments, different moments, and where you see the progress, I will give you X amount for free of, because what you have is luck being a coach of some physical part is you can totally show the progress, and that is more valuable than have the kid alone saying, oh, I right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to share this because me as an influence coach, I know then if I can show that my client is bringing a lady dancing in one way and that lady is dancing in a totally different, more beautiful, more sexy, more whatever in 6 weeks, that alone don't need words. You just, you want this, I have to give you, you know?
Yeah.
You can just like use like that meme saying, do you want to have these results?
Yeah.
I'm the solution.
Yeah.
So please
Okay.
keep that in your mind, keep that in your mind. And like say to them, if they do that, if they can show the progress, you give them, I don't know, something who is meaningful for them. Can be your time, can be a gift card from Amazon, can be, I don't know, you will know better than me for sure. And just sharing an idea.
Yeah, sounds good.
What kind of coach are you? Are you a hard, tough coach or?
Definitely not tough. I'm kind of like, I try to just to get to know them, and I try to coach people based on how they are more than anything. So, you know, like there's a few clients I have that like to probably need to be get the hard word every now and then, but mostly I just ask them questions and challenge them and try to, you know, support them when they're at the tough times, and then just you know, but mostly I just I don't know how, if there's a certain name for it, but I just kind of like I tend to try and coach them based on their personality. So yeah.
Do you think then what they can learn with you can totally impact their future life and their mindset for their future life, for the struggles they will have and the belief they will have in themselves?
Oh yeah. Like I'm only at the, you know, the first one I did for over lockdown was very much just, oh, I'll just chuck this together, because it was just the kids are at home doing nothing. I might as well try and get them to do something. And I had some really good results. I had one guy who was super shy, doesn't want to, you know, doesn't talk a lot. In the group sessions, he wouldn't say a lot. And his big thing was to be more courageous. So he actually, by the end of it, for his football prize giving, he actually stood up in front of 100 people and thanked the whole coaches and all this sort of stuff. And so, and he did that without he didn't ask for any, he didn't tell me he was going to do it, didn't tell his parents he was going to do anything. So he didn't do it for kudos or anything. He just did it off his own bat. He didn't tell me he did it until weeks later as well. So yeah, that was cool. So yeah, I think definitely, like, I mean, I've personally, the more I've learned about it, the more it's changed me. So and the more aware you become of those sort of things, it's like life's a lot easier to tackle things. So I just like to share that knowledge with them.
I have a question for you, and this is nothing about coaching, but do you have many girls playing cricket as well?
Yeah, we do. It's not as big, but there's a Women's World Cup on right now in New Zealand, and it is getting more popular. Definitely more popular. I don't tend to get as many clients that are the female. I don't know why, but I do have some. I think that's because there's female coaches out there, and they probably tend to, you know, go towards them. But yeah, we do, and we're totally welcome to have anyone.
Nice.
Obviously.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is a good one. How can people find you? How can they reach you online? How can find you? How can they have a chat with you? Can you share all of that?
Yeah, so we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on TikTok. So it's all just Evolution Sports Coaching limited. So, or I think our Instagram handles Evolution Sports NZ. So
Whatever it is you are going to share with me, and I'll put on.
yeah,
So don't
okay,
worry.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so if they want to book a call as well, you will have something on Instagram telling them how to book a call with you, right?
Yeah. We don't. Well, actually, I don't have a.
To that part. You will arrive to that part. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. What are you if what are the questions? For example, if I'm mom of many teenagers, so if my kid wants to learn online, it's so funny because I found myself then we are used to learn online fitness. But if you ask me, how can I, like, I have an issue in my life, not the issue. I will say this is a characteristic already.
We all got issues.
Yeah, it's because I always was terrible on PE in physical education. I always tell this story. Like, I had this fat, very fat, chubby, fat, lovely, but fat kid in my class. And when you went to PE, physical education, and you need to make teams to play whatever it was, they always preferred to choose him than me. So you can have an idea how terrible I am with any game that involve a ball or something like that. I think the only time I passed physical education with the written exam. So it's so just for you to know, I'm very good in horse riding. I'm very good in doing that, but that was not for me. So I imagine then if the parents don't, or they feel comfortable in learning such a skill as cricket online, or you have still that little stigma in, if yes, please help me, tell me something that can 100% convince me, then I can not me, forget me. It's like, if you could do it, you are the best coach in the world. I have no doubts you are, but this is another level. So let's go, forget me. Let's go and say, do they feel like, oh, how I'm going to learn that? So how they can get your feedback? That is the main question.
Yeah, so we're not I'm not teaching cricket skills specifically on the online stuff. It's all mental skills mostly, but we at the moment the plans to, this is the way we did it before, is to have the app there for the communication for the community, for the videos, and then we'd do some group calls and individual calls outside of that. So because the time consuming part is getting that information to them. So the idea would be that we, everyone I've had success with so far. In fact, I pretty much coach everyone now on mental skills without them even knowing. I just ask them questions and get them thinking about stuff that they probably don't normally think about. So, so sometimes I think everyone actually has some mental skills already. They're just not actually that aware of them. So it's just about building that awareness and having some tools to use. So
that is it.
Yeah, there's heaps of tools we can provide, and there's certain things work better for different people too. So there's tons of strategies and resources we've got to offer. So
how many students you want to have in 2022? How many online students you want to have
this year?
Yeah.
I have no idea really. I'd love to have 50.
Nice number.
But
nice. How do you feel if you get your 50 students? You feel then you had it?
Yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah, I mean, it would be great because then I could provide that so much more time and keep putting a lot more development into that area and build that community. So the biggest thing would be just the fact that it would be able to have an influence on more people in that area, because I feel like I was actually surprised. I thought there was a lot. I didn't know how much uptake or buy-in I'd get from mental skills, but have you ever heard of the All Blacks, which is the rugby team?
No.
Okay, so So the New Zealand rugby team is really well known. It's like the best in the world in rugby, and they have a mental skills coach.
Oh, no, wait. Rugby, yes, I did not understand what you're saying. Yes, of course,
Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
Like, it's very famous. Even if you
so they
watch rugby, you know New Zealand.
Yeah, so they have a mental skills coach, and they've had the same guy for a long time, and because of that, I feel like New Zealand's almost normalized it, which is really good. So, whereas I've got some friends in, say, England, who they've got mental skills coaches, and they said that whenever they talk about mental skills coaching, they think you only go there if you're a bit crazy, or like it's they still think of it as like a bit of a negative going to a mental skills coach, but so they haven't normalized that yet. So but because we've had this guy Gilbert Anoka, who's kind of like one of the grandfathers of that in New Zealand, people really bought into it, so it's pretty cool.
How is your relation, I mean business-wise, how is your relation with social media?
I use it a lot. I'm pretty comfortable with it. The only thing I don't like about it is it's very time consuming, and I can sometimes sit there and waste a lot of time, not necessarily business wise, just going in down rabbit holes of just seeing stuff. So it's great for getting content out there and getting some attention or feedback or whatever, but interaction. But it is time consuming, so that's the only downside for me.
You mean it's time consuming posting, or do you use it? Do you have a strategy to get clients through social media, or you go?
Not a very sound strategy. I have things I do. I don't know if necessarily it's I definitely get work through it. Like, I get a lot of engagement. I get a lot of feedback. I get a lot of interaction through it. But I know I could certainly need to keep working on that. And the game keeps changing with that, right? So got to keep up with it.
Nice, interesting. You feel that learning, putting together a blueprint for social media could help you bringing in more organic clients?
Yeah, I think especially with the mental skills side of it, because at the moment, my physical coaching, when I'm one-on-one, I'm already maxed out. So I don't really look for any more.
I mean online. I always online, you need to reach, probably you can teach people from other countries even, right?
That's right, yeah.
Because depending of your program, like, I suppose then other countries will be very interested in learning that, in upgrading their what they have already. And that is the power, that is your market. You by yourself, you have a niche. It's because it's not a sport then every country plays. It's a slightly small, it's not small, I don't want to be offensive in any way.
It's sort of it.
It's more easy to funnel, it's more easy to go.
Yes.
You have for sure expressions, names, things, then you guys use vocabulary, then you use, and it's really interesting to create content to make, like, I think one of the pieces of content, I'm going to give this tip to you. It's another tip. If I was you, they will give you, during the passion, they will give you some scripts when you can fill up, and they will really work. But if I was you, I was using a technique then we call, then I use many times, then is saying something like, I'm looking for 3, or I'm looking to 4, or I'm looking to 5, never more than that, of coaches who are struggling with social media, but really want to change people's lives. And I will personally coach you to achieve more clients, more money, and become the influencer on your field. And this kind of post really works. It really works. And then you can learn. I can send you a video where I can explain how to make some ads really cheap in a way, then it can explode the number of kids or parents who are subscribing or at least asking for more questions. Because then depends of your offer and how you bridge that. But it feels to me then that was perfect. I can totally send you an example of that after our call. And I have for sure a video explaining how to warm that post with like $10 or something like that. I don't know if you want, but I think super powerful to do that. Obviously, then your offer needs to be ready and it needs to be clear and you need to know what can you offer. Probably you can define your offer in different prices. Like I do it slightly different, Hot Passion have. I do it 2 different prices or 3 different prices. For example, if the person cannot afford at all my offer, I let them for $20-something to jump in on the weekly calls and just listen what we talk on the weekly calls. If they can pay more, they have a normal subscription, but then they can have more time with me or less time with me, depending on the amount they pay extra the weekly calls. So just giving you some tips and tricks and things that have been working with me and for me. What you want to say to yourself, if you could go back in time 10 years, what did you tell to yourself? What was the thing, then, the secret or the information, juicy information, then you are going to give to yourself 10 years on the past?
I would have said just start focusing on my passion a bit earlier. So I kind of did teaching. Teaching was kind of, it wasn't a passion, but it was a good vehicle to get me to my passion. So I did that for 15 years, but probably purely because it was a good career. It was reasonable money. It got me, in front of people and stuff. So I learned a lot from it, got me good skills. But I would say getting into that cricket field or that sport coaching field a bit earlier. Although I kind of wouldn't change it as well. So it's kind of a funny one like that.
Okay, but
maybe
could just say something, not changing. No, I don't want you to just say something to yourself, like some question that you had in your mind or something, then you can come back and just say it and you feel like, okay, I can rest a little bit more. I don't know, just.
Oh yeah, right. Okay. Well, yeah, it would definitely be follow your passion earlier, work smarter, not harder, and be
work smarter, not harder. Why do you think we have this terrible belief that we need to work so hard to make the amount of money we want? I was doing, do you know what is tapping?
I know a wee bit about not I don't know a lot, but
okay,
I've heard
but
about it.
Tapping is touching in certain parts of your body, and during the moment then you say negative things and positive things, and you have a specific. I'm training for practitioner, and I do a lot of tapping. That helped me a lot in expanding my money beliefs. That was the issue for me, and raising prices. And today I was doing a tapping about why do we need to, we believe deep on our core that we cannot make money if we don't like almost kill ourselves, even in worse, if it's our passion. If it's our passion, we really think, oh my God, no, I need to work 60, 17 hours a week. It's so not true. Because I found myself after 1 year of working on me, then more fun I have, more money I make. Like these moments as we have here, for me, are loads of fun because I'm calibrating, I'm understanding, I'm listening, I'm grabbing all this data. Many of these times I finished for working or helping that people, and then I see the results, and then I can use the results for myself. So what do you think? Like, should we change our mindset on that? Did you want to change
100%.
your mindset? Because imagine if you have 50 students who pay you a monthly nice fee, and you can just work a few hours a day or 3 days a week
yeah,
or 4 days a
yeah.
week. How did it
I
change
think,
your life, right?
oh, 100%. I think that's taught to us because society needs people. They do need some people to do that. But yeah, but if you want to be smart and you want to enjoy your life and do a bit, like, I almost think like there's not that many careers where you work harder, you get more money. Like most of them, you're just working, you're just still working for someone else. Another man's making the money. So, um, but I think society teaches us that. Like people always want to say they're busy because that busy is good, but is it really?
Yeah,
Like,
I found out that I used to work 17 hours a day sometimes, and I felt so
mm,
busy, so busy, so busy. And in the
yeah,
end, today I work much less and so
mm,
much focus, and then I get bored because I have nothing to do. And it's funny because the limitations and the boundaries that I create make me work smarter and not harder and have loads of fun. I don't feel
saying
I
no.
work. I don't feel I work. So you can
Yeah,
put work 2 days straight without sleeping, and I will keep smiling and saying that I don't work.
yeah,
So yeah, we should all work together to prove then that is wrong. We can hustle, but we don't need to kill ourselves.
that's right.
We need to keep, in my opinion, and just as I end thought for this, and I want your opinion, you need to keep learning
Mm,
skills, learning human skills when you work with people. Learning NLP, it's something that really changed me. I'm body language is something that really changed me. So I'm always learning, how can I be a better coach? How can I be a better speaker? How can I be a better? So progress is what makes us happy. What is your opinion on that?
yeah, no, 100%. No, and I've probably found this year, like, I've spent more money on myself, like doing professional development and stuff. But then like I've always probably had a bit of a not scarcity mindset about money, but you got to save it, you got to look after it, you got to, But
Yeah.
I think you have to spend it to probably earn it. You have to probably develop and invest, and
Money is innocent on all this story. We make money this big, bad thing. But I have one of the projects that I'm going to release very soon is 21 days to change your money beliefs. I have been
hmm,
working so hard on this, and one of the things that I have is I have these dollar bills in gold next on my desk. I have $600 because normally I had just one, and I was getting this just $100 course sell. Like I had this low ticket price, and I was just selling this, and I said, no, let me buy more because I want to be sure that I have more. So, but I
hmm,
changed few little things, and that little change, because I knew the responsibility was mine. I was being terrible successful in failing constantly, because that is
hmm,
success as well. If you
hmm,
constantly take yourself from having money and struggling and having money and spending everything and having money, that was my story. I found,
hmm,
okay, the only common thing here is I've been being successful in keeping this pattern for years and years and years, and I'm always on the
yeah,
struggle. And so, okay, so it's my responsibility. That is point one. So the first step that I did was start tracking where my money was coming and where my money was going, because we have an idea, but until the moment then you track to the cent, you don't respect money. And then I start
hmm,
doing things, have a little money altar, have a little bow where I put all the coins, and I say I'm a money magnet, saying I love you
yeah,
money each time I do. Then that did change. So maybe that is a next pancake. Then I'm going to do like a small ticket pancake. I'm really excited for that. And
hmm,
yeah, let's see how it goes. It was such a pleasure to speak with you.
yeah. Thank you.
I hope you, do you have any other thing that you want to share? Then you want to tell to people so you convince them to work with you or to check you out?
Oh, well, yeah. So I think for me, if you regardless if it's sport or if it's life or if it's, you know, money, work, well-being. Yeah, I mean, working on your mindset, working on your mental skills is life-changing. So it'll help your sport, but it'll help your life. So if you can, you know, take the time to work on yourself and get some awareness around how you think and what you think and your beliefs and limiting beliefs and all that stuff, you know, the world's your oyster. So and it's the other thing is it will take you out of your comfort zone a little bit. So and that's probably a bit scary for some people, but if you don't do that, you'll stay in your wee comfort zone and you'll probably not do much and you'll stay where you are. So
and the brave ones are the ones who have fear but go in front, right? Because if you don't have fear, you are just crazy. So so oh, it was so nice to speak with you. I love to have a different type of coaching here, and then we can talk and see a different, so many questions than I had, and you answered them amazingly. It was so nice to speak with you. I want you to say bye to who's watching or listen to us, and say again where they can find you, and we wrap this.
Cool. Okay. Thank you. So my name is Dan Vann, and we're at Evolution Sports Coaching NZ. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and our website is www.evolutionsports.co.nz. And yeah, I'd love to help anyone if you need some help with your mental skills in terms of sport or specifically cricket.
Perfect.
Thank you for having me.
Wow. You sound like a great coach. It's such a pity that I did not meet you like, I'll say, 25 years ago or something like that. Because probably maybe you could fix my belief that I'm a terrible anything player, like from except squash. And it's really weird. I can play squash, but I cannot play tennis. So I cannot play ping pong, but I can play squash. And I cannot play paddle, but I can play squash. No idea why, but okay, but that is a mystery. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm going to stop our recording so we can properly say bye to each other. Guys, this is Universal Coach. Please don't forget to subscribe, to comment, and say what was the best part or who should I invite next. Bye bye. See you on the next one.